Teaching online has been both wonderful and horrible. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and probably more the worst of times than the best because of the whole situation surrounding why we're doing what we're doing. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what a daily routine looks like for me as an online teacher in my third week of online teaching. Disclaimer, I'm not like a huge workout junkie, but I did see somewhere on the internet that said you're either gonna eat all your quarantine snacks or you're gonna become a quarantine snack. I think I'm working on the latter. After breakfast is over, shower, get dressed, go to work. I usually sit right here on the couch and I check student assignments. Now that we're in the third week of school, I don't answer too many emails from parents, but if there's questions that they have, I answer those. And I just mark off student assignments and work on my to-do list that has things to get ready for next year and things to do for this week and all sorts of things. So I'll be here for the next couple of hours, plugging away at school. So I mentioned this in my very first video, but as a team, we decided that we were going to stick with this basic weekly format where we do some sort of reading activity every day and then rotate what we did in the afternoon. The reason why we picked this is our district has mandated or assigned us to do 1 to 2 hours of work every day for second graders. And that's it. That's the only assignment from the district that we've been given. And then we've been recommended to meet with them face to face once a week or more often, depending on what we need. So what we do as a team is we sit down and plan a lesson for each of these blocks, and then we switch off who plans them. So like this week, I did the math lesson on Monday and the reading and social studies on Thursday. And that was all that I did for the week as far as lessons. The other teachers took care of some of these other things. So that's how we split up our weekly schedule. And then it's still loading, but each day we post our assignments on the class website. So I'll put the lesson and any hyperlinks that they need. So this is their assignment for that day. They have 4 different tasks, and this is what they get done for that day. When they're done with it, I log it over here in my assignment. So I write down what assignments there were for the day and then just put an X if they completed it or a little note for myself if I need one. So for my small groups, I've been trying to do some semblance of like reading workshops. So I try and do some sort of like phonics game activity situation and then read a book. So let me show you how we read a book. So after I finish playing the game, we get ready to read a book. So today I'm gonna be reading off of our Wonders page. Whoops, clicked on the wrong thing. Anyway, so I go on to their reading group, and you just choose the reader on there, and I open it and it opens in another screen, and then they can see the book on my screen when I present it, and so then we can just read the book together. All right, that little chime you heard is somebody ready to start. So I'm gonna do 2 small groups and then I will check back in with you. All right, so I officially finished my 2 small group meetings. I had 2 kids in the first one and 1 kid in the second one, so I just read a book and it was pretty fast. So I just display it on my screen and they read along with me. The only problem I have with that is when I'm displaying my screen, I can't see them too because I need it to be like on my whole screen to present it to them. So if any of you know how to get it so that I can like have them only see one of the windows on my screen, but like I could go back and see them too, that could be helpful. Anyway, so once I finish that, I have a break between about 2:20 when I finish that meeting and 3 o'clock when story time happens. So that's when I usually film my morning message for the next day and put in any additional student grades. So I kind of stay down here and work until story time at 3. And then today, after story time, I have my team meeting, so I'll meet with the other second grade teachers and we'll plan the week after spring break. So I'll be finished with school stuff around like 5 o'clock. If I don't have that meeting, I'm usually done around 4, unless I have extra things that I need to get done after story time. So I'm gonna film my morning message and put in some student grades, and then it will be time for story time. Actually, I should probably show you how I send out the links. Actually, I can't show you because there's way too much student information. So I use our school messenger system to send an email to all the parents, and I just put the link in there. I just title it Storytime. I usually just drop the link and nothing else. Occasionally I'll put a couple announcements in there for the parents, but usually I just like drop the link and like, congratulations, it's time for Storytime. And then I also add the link to my class website. I do not add the link until I'm like a few minutes out from Storytime. I don't want kids like clicking in and out of it all day. I don't think they can get in without me there, but I'd rather not run the risk. So I just, yeah, leave that. I think I said in one of my previous videos that when we do Storytime, I leave them on there to chat afterwards, and then like I'll log on and leave them there chatting. I do not do that anymore. After watching some other people who are much smarter than me talk about their online learning, I realize it's probably not a good idea to leave second graders in like a virtual chat room together with no adult supervision. So I make them all hang up now before I end the call, and then I go take the link off the page so they can't go get back into it. I don't think any of them have figured out that they can, but technically if the links are still live, kids could log back in. So make sure you take the live links off on that as well. Just a heads up there. I mean, I'm definitely not like Picasso or anybody fancy, but I think that's a pretty good example. Now that the morning message is filmed, it's time for story time and collaboration, and then I will be done for the evening. So there you have it, folks. That is a work day in my new online teaching life. I finished my meetings and I'm calling it quits for the evening. TV time starts at 7. Woo! Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content to come, and let me know if there's anything in particular you're interested in seeing. See ya!